So much has happened in terms of Godzilla news and so fast, and I don't even know what to say about it. Yeah, what up everybody, Demon back. And yeah, so we got a plot, the runtime, we've got a more in-depth look at the theme of the movie. Not like the themes in terms of what it's going to be portraying, but the actual theme song. Some more, Shin video. Probably the official roar. And yeah. So let's talk about it. So let's first talk about this, the fact that we have a new statue reveal. Yeah, it's the same statue, just in a new place. It's pretty cool to see the reveal. Here's what I mean: the theme, the roar probably is 54 roar. Let's listen.
4、3、2、1、お願いします。60分の1年の新ゴジラ島でございます。大迫力のゴジラです。4、3。
So yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. Just them revealing the new statue. We hear the 54 roar. This is the second time we've heard it. We heard it in the original teaser, so maybe back then they slipped up. They released the roar they were going to use and then kind of took it back with their replacement roar, which was Showa. But at the same time, we can't fully trust it because if you listen in the background, you do hear the Terror of Mechagodzilla theme, so maybe not. Let's listen.
1年の新ゴジラ島でございます。大迫力のゴジラです。4。
And I know the Terror of Mechagodzilla theme, guys. I've worked with it many times on this channel. You guys should know if you've been around long enough. So yeah, that's all there is to say. There's nothing really new about this statue, nothing groundbreaking about it, no new angles that we've never seen before, just more of the same, just more cool. It's pretty cool, and that's all on the statue. And thank you to Austin Williams, man, I remembered your name this time. He's the one who sent me this video, and there's not much to talk about, but we're going to talk about as much as we can. This is for the Shin vs. Shin Gojira crossover coming out soon.
20日目にゴジラ上陸。ゴジラ、怖い顔してますね。
組長の顔の方がよっぽど怖いぞ。
今回は総理です。20日目の街に襲いかかるゴジラ。立ち向かうは20日目防衛隊。
ほら、これやってみたかったんだ。
世界二大ヒーローがついに大決闘。しんのすけ対シン・ゴジラ。
So let's just go through really fast. We've already seen this, the foot coming down, then he roars. We've seen that. Shin-chan surprised. What is this? Interesting. I have no idea what this is. Like, they're looking at a picture of rocks or something. I can't tell. It's cheapish animation. I hate the animation. If they did something more like this, I'd have been so much happier. But they didn't. They have this weird animation, and it's okay. It's not meant to be like this, but you know, that's one of the reasons I don't watch shows like this, because I don't like looking at it. And this guy's surprised. Is that the same guy right here? Yeah, he is. Look, you can tell because of the shirt, the glasses, or whatever. I like that. Shin Gojira walking. Moves pretty fast, it looks like. Boom, boom. This is pretty cool, although I don't understand it. Okay, so clearly we know what this is. Remember that picture of Godzilla's foot I showed you guys when it was about to kill that family? Here's the family. Here's their angle. And he looks down at them and probably is about to step forward. So he looks down. That's pretty cool. That's what I don't understand. Why in the world, if it's an animation, why do you do camera blurs? What's the point of it? What does it accomplish? It just makes it hard to look at. I don't get it. Then there's the team or whatever. Here's confirmed. Shin is growing. Is he blushing right here? Yeah, he probably likes that girl or something. I don't know. He's in kindergarten. I don't see why he'd have a crush on someone when he's in kindergarten. But here we go. Here's the bus that we keep seeing. There he is, jumping through the air, flying, growing into Jet Jaguar or whatever this his pose is. So, yeah. Not much to say, but I wish there was a subtitle version coming out in America, because I want to see Godzilla, but, you know, what can we do? Just wait for people to post it online or something. I don't know. So, that's my thoughts on the Shin-chan stuff. And do be warned, these are leaks right now that we're talking about, or at least they're allegedly leaked. So, spoilers are inevitable. Sadly, though, I can't translate for you guys, so I cannot tell you what they're saying here.
大人が楽しめる作品だなっていう
全世界のゴジラファンは度肝を抜かれるんじゃないのかなと。
面白くてワクワクして男のロマンが詰まってるような世界の人に見てほしい。
全く新しいゴジラを僕らで想像して作ろうと思います。何よりも面白い日本映画を目指してやっていきたいと思います。
So if I can't tell you guys anything that they said, what can I tell you about this new footage? Not much, but I'll tell you as much as I can. So once again, we hear the 54 roar. Further evidence of that being the roar? Maybe. Could be. Could very well be. But what else is going on here that is important that we should talk about? Well, for starters, we got some behind-the-scenes angles. So if you look here, this is probably right here the filming of the original teaser trailer we saw from way back when. Here, just more of that press conference scene from the full trailer. And then here's just some actual screen of that guy yelling, which transitions into the actor talking about the movie. Some more military shots, pretty cool. I like the style that the director's taking with the military. The way he films it, at least. Or so far of what we've seen he filmed. This is pretty cool. And once again, transition into our main cast member. Just the windows break from back when, the foot stomps, there we go. Although that's done in reverse, because if you guys remember in the original trailer, it showed the foot stomp and then the windows break. Here, just people running at night. We've seen that before. This is new. The girl in the car, so it looks like she's caught in the middle of it. The way she closed her eyes, maybe she's like accepting fate. Maybe she thinks she's gonna die. Maybe Godzilla's like right on the horizon. People are running. She thinks she's gonna die. Look, there's flashing lights on her face. Police cars nearby. This guy talking to her apparently. Then we transition into the actress. Just get the shot of the tank shooting Godzilla, the helicopter, and him looking. So we've seen all the Godzilla scenes from this trailer or from this promo before, so it's nothing new. Here's the composer, I'd assume, maybe director. I don't know who that is. I only said he was composer because I saw people, but the more I look at it, he's probably just like a writer or director. There he is on set, so he's probably not the composer. Never mind, I take it back. There he is again. I take it back. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Look at this. So we know where they are here. I'll put the clips in the trailer. You guys have been seeing them now, so I don't know why I'm telling you. I was already going to do that subconsciously. So here, we know what scene this is in the trailer. We don't know what scene this is. This is cool. This gives me a very 2014 vibe to it. The nighttime atmosphere, the darkness of it, the flashlights going around, like could be the soldiers going through rubble. I don't know what it is. It's cool. So clearly Godzilla's destroyed some stuff here, and things aren't good. So people are in there looking around. Also, very good to see practical effects. Pretty cool. Alright, look here. I don't know what that could tell us at all, other than this guy looks to be upset about something. 54 roar, and then we've seen that before. And that is the new promo, which is super cool. And once again, not a Japanese speaker, so I'm going to be no use to you guys in telling you what this is. Anno, he's talking about Shin Gojira. I can't tell you anything he says here. I don't know why on earth, who thought it was a good idea to put Japanese subtitles over a Japanese guy speaking. And he speaks clearly, listen.
上映時間っていうと1時間
So it's not like they needed it for something. The only cool thing about this, well, there's one cool thing that we'll talk about in a second, is the way it ends. We just get like a highlights reel of the original trailer. So that's the only cool thing about it. It ends with that. That's it. Watch. This is it.
Shin Gojira.
And then it just ends with the dude saying, Shin Gojira. Similar to the 54 stomp. I don't think it's 100% the same. I would say there's a difference there. That one just sounds a little bit more modernized. Let's play the 54 roar. Or not roar, footstep. Yeah, I think there's a difference. Yeah, so why did I bring this up? If I couldn't tell you anything, and I'm pretty sure I reacted to this way back when I did my reaction, I'm pretty sure they released the same highlights reel of the trailer back then.
Same thing. He is huge. It's like a shortened version. He looks angry.
So, why did I bring this up? The soundtrack. Listen to the background.
まずすごい特別なものだったんですよ 3D とかはもうものすごい分かりやすい立体感とかなんだけどそれ以上のなんだろうなそのはっきり見えるとか脳に入ってくる情報としてこれ以上はもうなんか限界なんじゃない
Alright, so what can we take away from that so far? Well, first of all, he's talking about the fact that the movie's going to be 3D. I hope there's not tons of gimmicks like things fly at the screen, just because when I watch it in 2D, it's going to be disappointing for me then. So I hope it's not too gimmicky with the 3D aspect, but I don't know. Anyways, what can we get from this? Well, the soundtrack kind of sounds like something you'd hear in like Disney kind of like magical happiness. Listen.
特別なものだったんですよ 3D とかはもうものすごい分かりやすい立体感とかなんだけどそれ以上のなんだろうなそのはっきり見えるとか脳に入ってくる情報としてこれ以上はもうなんか
But the difference is, if you listen here, it goes from like a Disney at the beginning, listen, like a Disney like prince and princess kind of feel.
まずすごい特別なものだったんですよ 3D
But then it gets to these like odd notes. Listen, you get some notes that sound off.
まずすごい特別なものだったんですよ
Right there. There's that split key second when we hear it takes a dip. And that is something very intentional. What this does is it's meant to put the listener off balance. It's meant to make us feel weird. And I know a little bit about music, considering the fact that I've been in piano lessons almost my whole life, and the fact that I play multiple instruments. So I know a little bit about music, and I can tell you this is 100% intentional. What they did here was they had a couple sharps, or they had like a dip of a sharp or a flat right there to make us, to just set us off balance. And something this can be 100% compared to is, no spoilers, the Game of Thrones Season 6 finale opens with an amazing soundtrack, that amazing song, but then it sets us off balance when we hear some sharps and flats in there, when the tune goes off of what it should be, and it's meant to make us feel uneasy. then the song continues in this case.
3D とかはもうものすごい分かりやすい立体感
Continuing with that trend, so now it makes it the normal pattern, and it continues on like that.
情報としてこれ以上はなんか限界なんじゃないかっていうぐらいのなんかものすごい
And if you listen, it starts out strings and slowly starts to build. And I'm talking about this for a reason, because this is showing us what the movie's going to be like. It starts to build. All of a sudden you hear the horns coming in right about here.
はっきり見えるとか脳に入ってくる情報としてこれ以上はもうなんか限界
And it's very subtle. You have to really listen for the horns, but they're there, and it's there to add another layer. And the thing with the strings is now we start getting a new melody.
はっきり見えるとか脳に入ってくる情報としてこれ以上はもうなんか限界なんじゃないかっていうぐらいのなんかものすごい情報量が一気に入ってきて
So now the song is building and building. Tension is building.
クラクラしたのを覚えてます家よりも映画館の方がいいっていうとしたらそれのさらに上っていうか映画館だから家と
So it continues, this kind of new melody we have continues on, and with it we continue with the high strings. The strings move up an octave and the horns continue. So this is our new status quo. This is what the song has become at this point.
映画館の差ぐらいがその通常の映画館と IMAX の間にあるような気がするんですよ我々
But right there, that is the big part of the song. This is why I'm talking about it. This is why I love it. Listen right here, it takes a dive.
がその通常の映画館と IMAX の間にあるような気がするんですよ我々の作った映画が本当 IMAX にかけられるという本当
Now we get the low strings, some lower instruments. If that was a violin playing before, that stops. Now we just got the low strings. The low strings, by the way, are my favorite, and I love it. So some of us have already recognized this melody, but it grows. Listen, the tension grows, this new melody grows.
僕なんだかんだ言って30年ぐらいやっぱ IMAX を見続けてる中で
Now we have the choir joining in, adding layers, adding tension.
とうとうこういう時代が来た時しかもそれは自分の映画みたいなそんな嬉しいことはないんですけどいやーもうねネタバレになっちゃうから言えないんですけどね後半ですよねもう上映時間っていうと1時間10分目ぐらいですかその後ね
So now we have the kind of piano start to play, and lots of us, I'm sure, have already figured out what this is.
もうノンストップになりますからねもう特に日本映画でねこんなにねヘリを飛ばしたことはないぐらい空撮を撮ってるんですよ本当要は普段見慣れた景色を違った視点でダイナミックにガーッと動きながら撮影するっていうような
There it is, the big reveal. So, if you had paid attention closely to the original Shin Gojira theme, which it's... I haven't even seen the movie, and I already love the theme. If you couldn't tell, I kind of became obsessed with it when it came out. I did multiple videos just featuring the theme. So, yeah, I love it. And in the background, you have a piano melody, which we hear here.
ないぐらい空撮を撮ってるんですよ本当要は普段見慣れた景色を違った
That piano melody is most prominent at the very end of the Shin Gojira trailer. So if you listen here, you can hear
点
it.
でダイナミックにガーッと動き
And then all of a sudden, the theme kicks in. This must be the full theme, or must be the real theme of the movie now. It's confirmed.
ながら
Considering the fact that it's been in this also, as well as the original.
撮影するっていうようなまあ空撮それものすごいまだ飛ぶかっていうぐらい今回飛ばしまくって撮影をしてるんでその辺のねそこにゴジラがいるああこれ以上とネタバレになるんですけど ここに書いてあると日本対ゴジラ主役はゴジラである日本が日本が勝ちそれでゴジラに立ち向かう日本人たち総勢ね300人以上のですね豪華なレベルじゃないですかね。
So now the layers are building and building and building. Tension is rising, and right here is the big payoff of the song.
豪華とかいうレベルじゃないキャストがですね大挙してゴジラに立ち向かうとです。7月29日、とうとう12年ぶりにですね復活した日本のゴジラ、日本人対ゴジラの戦いをですねぜひ、IMAX のラージフォーマットのですね大音響大画面でぜひ見に来てください。
So that was the full theme, and I love it. And the reason I say that that part is the big part of the song, like the most prominent part, is because it's the action part of the trailer. It's the only part of the trailer where the song lines up with what's happening on screen. Because if you guys remember, when we heard this...
豪華とかいうレベルじゃないキャストがですね大挙してゴジラに立ち向かうとです。
In the original trailer, we were seeing it line up with the fire of tanks and missiles and helicopters, and it was awesome.
7月29日、とうとう12年ぶりにですね復活した日本のゴジラ、日本人対ゴジラの戦いをですねぜひ、IMAX のラージフォーマットのですね大音響大画面でぜひ見に来てください。
So there it was. That was the full theme. And the other reason I know that's the most prominent part of the song is listen what part they chose to use for the highlights reel.
Shin, Gojira.
I love it, guys. I love the full theme of the movie. If you guys couldn't tell, the fact that I decided to feature it in a whole section of this news update, that should just tell you guys how much I'm already loving this theme. And I haven't even seen the movie. That's a great thing. Is really music can really help make or break a movie. Think about the original Godzilla. If we had gotten someone else to score that movie, it probably wouldn't have been even close to as good. And nowadays, when we have like movies coming out all the time, big blockbusters, a lot of the times people don't even notice the music. But that is something I'm always looking for, because I'm always looking for a good soundtrack. And here's another case of a time music made or broke the movie, Halloween. Lots of people who had seen Halloween were really iffy on it before that soundtrack came out. That is what made that movie. Jaws, iconic for its soundtrack. Jurassic Park's iconic for its soundtrack. Star Wars, although that's not one of the main reasons it's big, that's one of the huge reasons why people love it. And already, just based off this song, I can already tell you I have really high hopes for this Shin Gojira soundtrack. And also, a case of where music really helped to make a movie for me was, if you guys know, if you guys have been around long enough and you guys watch my reviews and all, you know I did not like Batman v Superman. Now, your personal opinions on that movie beside, I will say the one saving grace of it, the one great thing of it was the soundtrack was amazing, and I will not deny that. And even if this movie sucks, even if Shin Gojira is like one of the worst Godzilla movies, at the very least I can say, so far, its soundtrack is great, and I have high hopes for it. And yes, I know this looks weird, but that's just because some of the translations came out weird. This was originally in Japanese, and I had, it was translated to English, so I have it here, and it looks kind of funky the way it's written and all, but, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way things translate. So, here it's talking about how Godzilla, Shin Gojira, is going to be the first Godzilla movie for a while. The first was in 1954. This one has like the 28th release from Japan, 30th if you count the American movies. Now, in 12 years after, they're going to revisit Godzilla in June 29th. He's going to be the highest ever, is 118.5 meters. This is pretty much just because, I don't know, it's going to be scary or whatever. So basically it's just talking about how this is the first time since Godzilla's ever appeared in this continuity. First time Toho has ever abandoned the 1954 movie. So they're kind of saying this gonna visit the idea of what if Godzilla showed up nowadays, and that's that. And then they talk about how big of scale this movie is, how it's like huge. It's like a huge thing. 1,000 people, and they just want to portray the real Godzilla, quote unquote real. And then it just talks about how Japan is going to be faced with this like great fear or whatever. So that's okay, you know, what does that tell us? Not much, but then again, we did get the plot released also, so let's talk about the plot. Originally there was like a possible fake leak of the plot, probably not though, just because of the plot we did get released. So the original plot I didn't talk about, it was released last week, or leaked last week, and it basically said something is going to happen at some sort of aqua center, a bridge is going to collapse, and Japan is going to be busy dealing with that, and then all of a sudden Godzilla is going to show up. This one's a little bit less descriptive as to what's going on here. It's on screen here. So pretty much an accident will occur in the tunnels of Tokyo Bay. So yeah, it appears that the plot from a little while ago had some bearing to it. There's going to be an emergency cabinet meeting. Immediately afterward, a huge creature appears, destroying town after town. Like that, that means Godzilla is going to show up, and then he's just going to keep going into, like, further inland. That'll be cool to see him just destroying everything in his path. Reaching the capital, that's important. So he's going to get to Tokyo? I don't know where the capital of Japan is. I think it's Tokyo. So he's going to get there, and then what? And the mysterious organism is called Godzilla, or Gojira for Japan, or Gojira for those of you who keep saying it's not, you can't pronounce with an I. Like, okay, whatever, I'm American, sue me. So, Godzilla is gonna show up, make his way inland, and that's that. So, pretty basic in terms of plot. We just got a little bit, a little bit of knowledge about what the movie's gonna be. The overall runtime clocks in at 118 minutes, which is pretty weird. Is it a coincidence? Probably. I doubt that they would do this on purpose. For those of you who have already picked up on it, 118 minutes is the exact height Godzilla is, somewhat exact, because he's 118.5 meters, so 118 minutes, kind of weird, but I don't know, they give two sites as to where they got this information, two Japanese sites I checked out. So for those of you who don't trust anything American and hate everything American in terms of Godzilla, rest assured this is coming straight from Japan. There you go. That's the plot. And then just a few things to note. We did get a random ad of Shin Gojira's foot coming through the roof of some sort of building. Or is it Shin Gojira's foot? Maybe? Probably not. It looks more like the Heisei foot to me, but it has the Shin Gojira little sign next to it. The reason I say it doesn't look like Shin Gojira, we know what Shin Gojira's foot looks like. It looks screwed up, deformed. That one looks nice. So if he regenerates, I don't know, maybe his foot will regenerate and look like that. I doubt it. I doubt that if he's regenerating, he'll get that far. Yeah, that I'd say that's just like your standard Godzilla footprint, just promoting the movie, not specific to the movie. No touching, that's the rule apparently. That would suck. And this is really weird. I don't know why I'm talking about it. Just as kind of a joke. Yeah, Godzilla's apparently on airplanes now, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I just thought it was funny. So they put Godzilla's face on airplanes, apparently just advertising the movie as much as they can, I guess, which is good. We want this movie to do well, so Toho continues to make them. Even if this movie sucks, if it sucks, they're not gonna get the people who did it back. They're going to get new people, and that'll be good. So, there you go. And then this image has been out for a while. I don't know if it's Photoshop or not. Either way, it looks really cool. So you guys have been seeing it throughout the video. I used it as my placeholder for whenever I didn't have anything on screen to show. So yeah, I think it's cool. Just Godzilla's back. Nothing new to it. Yeah, the angle of it though, his face really looks like 54, doesn't it? I think it really does. Or the back half of 54. So yeah, it's cool. That's all I had to talk about, guys. Some big news, some small news, some random news. Hope you enjoyed. D-Man out.